What the hell is going on around here? Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. I've been as sick as a dog that gets sick. I never understood why the people said sick as a dog. I don't know why the dogs are the standard to measure sickness. But I was sick as one, and now I'm getting back into the game. We're also buying a house, so this is what my library looks like now. It's kind of sad. It's kind of cool in a depressing way. If you're a fan of Requiem for a Dream, then you might dig it. Anyway, so this is the March book haul. I have a stack of books to go through because March has been very good to me other than being deathly ill. And so I'm going to share these with you. We're not going to check in with the Magic Duff Bucket because the Magic Duff Bucket doesn't want any part of this today. So we're just going to but I'm going to get a drink of water. So we're going to get right into this big stack of fun. I was waiting for more books to show up. There were 2 other books I really wanted for this book haul video, but they didn't make it. One actually jumped out of the package on the way here. So we'll get to that in a minute. But there's a lot of great stuff, irregardless. Producer Jill loves it when I say irregardless. She loves that word. She loves it as much as she likes impactful and proactive. First up is Radiant Apples. This is a Nat Love story. Nat Love is the gunslinger in Paradise Sky and Driving to Geronimo's Grave. There's a story in Driving to Geronimo's Grave called Everything Sparkles in Hell, and that's Nat Love. So I had to get this, but I waited and waited and waited until it went on a dinged sale, and then I bought this copy. I can't find anything dinged about it. H packed it for me. H period. And I'm very grateful to H because this is one I really wanted to add to my collection. Signed by Lansdale. But I just needed to wait for that price to be so tempting that I took a bite out of that apple. So Radiant Apples, I think they're still available at Subpress, which is what the cool kids call Subterranean Press. So get on over there. Nat Love is a great character. Paradise Sky is awesome, so you really should check that out. Irregardless. Up next is The Pale White. Now, this just came out in hardcover. This is not a new release from Chad Lutzke. It is something that's been out for a little while, but it was just re-released in hardcover. I asked producer Jill to get me the hardcover off of Amazon, and then this is what I got. So we don't complain to producer Jill. We just drop it, and we walk away, and we say thank you for the book, because we're grateful for anything producer Jill allows us to have, and we don't want to rock that boat. So I'm thrilled to have a Chad Lutzke title in my collection, whether or not it's a hardcover, though I would greatly prefer the hardcover producer Jill. And I got this after interviewing Chad Lutzke because Chad Lutzke is the man. He needs to be read by you all because he will be read by me all for all of time. So Chad Lutzke, The Pale White, available on Amazon. I thought Crystal Lake Publishing was selling them direct, but I was wrong because I'm wrong a lot. Then we have Revelations. These are climate change horror stories, and all the money is going to climate action. That isn't why I bought it. No, that's not why I bought it. I bought it for these bastards. Look at that. Bam! Philip Fricassi's in there. And I got all this cool swag. And it's a hardcover, unlike what producer Jill wants me to have. I went behind her back and got a hardcover. And very excited. I don't usually buy anthologies, but, Paul Tremblay, Josh Malerman, Tim Levin, Joe Lansdale, Stephen King, Philip Fracassi, Clive Barker, Laird Barron, Joe Hill. I mean, you gonna argue with a lineup like that? No, you're not. You're not. And it's look at that. This is what they call a print-on-demand hardcover. There are such things. I didn't know there were such things until Gwendy's Final Task showed us all what low quality could be. Yeah, that was a dig. It's not a dig on this. Because if they're taking the money for a cause, obviously it's not going to be dumped into the materials. But this is a print on demand. If saving the planet is something you want to do, I don't want to save the planet for humans. So, I don't care. But, if it is something you care about and you like horror, bam, get it. I don't know why you wouldn't. It's very cool. It's very nicely done. I didn't mean to say it's low quality. That was just me riffing. I went off script like Joe Biden. Up next is a fat stack from an amazing human who sent me a fat stack of books. I'm not going to say his name, but he is a regular on my live streams. He shows up every Monday, and he's part of the conversation. This guy knows the stuff. He's an admin on some groups. This guy's been around the world. He's an Illinois native, and now he lives near Illinois. Those are clues. So if you want to figure out who it is, that's fine. Then you can do that. But I'm not going to name his name because he never asked to be named. But he sent me this care package of books that is tremendous. First off, paperback of The Godsend by Bernard Taylor. Now, if you follow the Fans of Suntop page, Russell Coombs keeps insisting Suntop is going to do The Godsend. I don't know why he is so adamant about it. I don't know if he really loves the book or he's just a perpetual joke. But Centipede Press did an edition of this. So if he really wanted an edition of it, there's already one that exists. And Russell Coombs isn't one to shy away from the secondary. So, it's interesting. Will be compared to Rosemary's Baby. It says it right there. Bam. Boston Globe. A Gift from Heaven, A Curse from Hell. Yes. So, very cool. Old paperback. In great shape. The spine's not all cracked. It's good stuff. It's good stuff, man. Then there's this, and I think when the guy who sent it to me, he said, this is the book Russell Coombs really wants. Owl Going Back. Breed. I know nothing of this. I've never heard of Owl Going Back. The award-winning author who delivers the suspense of a Clive Barker or Dean Koontz. These people, I don't think they know who these authors are. I would say Dean Koontz is more suspenseful. Clive Barker is more atmospheric and brilliant. So I think they just threw a couple author names around like jackasses. So the name of this book is Breed. I know nothing about it. Another fine paperback. These are fun. I like it when I move and I have an official library. Maybe 10 years from now. I'll have these paperbacks out because they're cool to look at. You can come over, but you can't touch. This is one I really wanted because I got this author's book, A Cold Place for Dying, in the Nightworms package, and I heard a lot about him, and he, I think, sits more on the extreme horror side of the fence, of the horror fence. If there is a horror fence, I haven't seen it, but maybe one side has extreme horror, and he kind of sits on that side, maybe real close to the fence, though, so he can, maybe there's a door in the fence, and he could go in and out, and he could go to the YA romance side of horror. I don't know where Christopher Triana travels when he goes around horror land, but Gone to See the Riverman, I think, I think this had a lot of buzz, and I wanted to read it. So I think Christopher Triana is in my future. Probably starting with this, and then A Cold Place for Dying. I don't know. I think I've read him before. A short story. Was he in Hark the Herald? I don't know. But I might have read him before. I'm very excited to jump into it. My benefactor was kind enough to give me a mark at a book. That's how I say bookmark. You can argue with it, but it'll get you nowhere. It's a mark at a book. Yes, this stack is still from my friend and benefactor, so bear with me. Draculas Crouch, Kilborn, Strand, and Wilson. That's F. Paul Wilson. That's Jeff Strand. That's Kilborn, and that's Blake Crouch. I really don't remember who Kilborn is. But, Jack Kilborn. I wanted this so bad. I really, really wanted this. I've interviewed 2 of these authors because I am a celebrity. You're welcome. And Jeff Strand was delightful and happy to be interviewed by me. And Blake Crouch, really, I don't think he wanted to talk to me. But maybe that's my insecurities. Blake Crouch, they're doing a Dark Matter TV adaptation. And I'm so excited for him. He's a great author. And Dark Matter. Suntup's doing it. You should have gotten it. And if you didn't, there's nothing I could do for you. I think there are artist editions available. But anyway, they each took a character and they wrote it. And I want to read it. It's very cool. It's very, very cool. Draculas. I think Gauntlet is doing a limited of this. So really, it's going to look exactly like this. Only it'll cost you like $50. So, very, very happy, very jazzed about this. This is a Joe Lansdale book, Razored Saddles. But it's Joe Lansdale and Pat Lobruto. Pat Lobruto. I never saw a name that started with Low like that. Lobruto. Pat Lobruto. So, very cool. Joe Lansdale's always welcome in this home. I've seen that image before. So, it's edited by, stupid Beef Daddy. It's edited by, it's a collection of stories. I didn't even realize that. Wow. That Beef Daddy's a moron. So, we got Robert McCammon, Joe Lansdale, Richard Lehman, Al Sortino, Scott Cupp, Neil Barrett Jr. I mean, wow. F. Paul Wilson. Wow. A lot of great authors in here. So, it's a collection. Very cool. Well, it's an anthology. When they're by different authors, it's an anthology. When it's by the same author, it's a collection. Just Venmo me $2 for that lesson. All right, and this was a what? This is a big what. This blew my mind when I saw it. Ghost Story by Peter Straub. The best Peter Straub book in hardcover with a Mylar protection. Super awesome. I have a paperback version of this that I cherish, and this has a strong emotional connection for me. This is I got this book when I got my first hardcover Stephen King book, which was It. I read them both, so they're kind of entwined in my brain in the same time and place. So that's probably more than you needed to know. You don't have to write that down. Don't worry, it's not going to be on the test. But I am so happy. This book means a lot to me. I'm thrilled to have it. And thank you to my benefactor who sent me this huge box of books. It took a lot to get here, and I appreciate that effort. It's really above and beyond. So thank you for making this a really tremendous book haul. Finally, in the book section of this, I got, I'll just show you. Echo, the hardcover by Thomas Oldehuvelt. And it is a letter to me inside and then signed and dated by Thomas Oldehuvelt. Now, this is one of the two books I was getting. The other book in the package jumped out and is lost. The box showed up at my door and it said there would be two books in it. And there was only this in there. And it didn't look like it ate the other one. So I don't know. The box was totally destroyed. It was ripped wide open. The other book was lost somewhere between here and the Netherlands. And so they're sending a replacement. But if there was an inscription, anything like this in that other book, it's like priceless. It sucks, you know? It's like you can't reclaim that, you know? So but I am getting it. I was hoping I would get that replacement today so I could share it with you all. And you could see it, and then you could say, wow, I'm very jealous of him. He's living the life. What did I have to go to school to study so I could be like Jeff? Why aren't I living that happiness level? Why am I operating at the level I'm at currently and suffering while this guy has two signed Thomas Oldhovelts in his hand right now, and I'm shivering with disdain for my life in the cold next to a garbage can? I would say you need to make better life decisions. You know what's fun is when you are a player like me and you have the ARC as well, you can then start to compare covers and such. But one thing that's interesting, so the cover is pretty much identical, right? Bam. But the spine is different. Look at that. It's cool. It's cool to see that. And then I do wonder, as somebody who read the ARC, what was improved or tweaked for the final edition that I didn't get to read. I'm actually going through that right now with Philip Fracassi. He, with A Child Alone with Strangers, I have the ARC, and he told me he's revising it so much, and he's making so many tweaks and improvements. It's going to be a different book when it's finally published. So he told me to hold off reading the ARC, which is fun, because I'm going to be so curious to go back and read the ARC and then compare it when I get that hardcover. So, but I do wonder what was changed, and I'll probably reread it at some point in the finished hardcover edition. And finally, one non-book item in my book haul that I think is super cool came from 19th edition, Paul Michael Caine, or Lord Caine. He came out with these car coasters, and they're cork, and they sold out in a blink. And I missed it, and I regretted it, and then they became available again. And so I bought them. I bought two. They're very, very cool. And I got them, and I'm going to have them. I'm not going to use them because we don't use nice things. We use the bad things and cherish the nice things, and then you just stare at them. But it's my understanding that he had to retire that Ka sign. I think there was some sort of copyright dispute, so he's designing his own Ka symbol. And I saw it on his fans page, so I don't know if you want to check that out. It's cool. Anyway, I'm glad I got him. It's very cool. Follow 19th edition. He does stellar work. Some sweet, sweet shelf candy. And so yeah, that's it for this book haul. What did I learn this last week? Monday came and slammed me like a runaway train. It hit me like on Monday, and I was like, it was funny because I took my own advice. I was staying frosty because I was shivering with fever. But I did take the opportunity to watch a lot of movies with my kids, and I made my son watch Christine with me. And did you know the dude's sweater is in that movie? The dude is in Christine, man. And that's not like my opinion. It's in the movie. Watch it. Tell me in the comments below if you know where it happens. But my eyes about bugged out when I saw it. I also watched Pet Sematary. And the good one, not the new one, but it's the one from 1989. And in that movie, Ellie wears a sweater very similar to this. Not the exact same pattern, but you could say the dude abides there as well. And then we watched Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't know why you needed that full accounting of my Netflix watching, but that's the book haul. You know, that's Happy March. Yeah. And I'm a little afraid to say it because I did spend 2 days shivering with a fever. But no matter what life throws at you, whether it be radon or viruses, stay frosty. Want to buy this Jetta? I'll sell it to you for a misery numbered edition.